Shalom Akim, all praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salute to you, sincere Akim out there of the hopeful elect. All right, and Lord willing, through the Spirit, in this video, I'm gonna go into the Illuminati, a New World Order. Basically their goal of a New World Order, proven through the scriptures. And I also have a book that I plan on bringing out called Satan's Angels Exposed. All right, this is written by Salem Kerbin. Okay, you brothers probably seen Apostle Tahar bring this out a couple of times in some of the older videos that he's done. All right, he would bring out excerpts from that book to to help further prove the point that the so-called white man, the elites of the society, the Illuminati or whatever, that they have a goal, an agenda to fulfill, which is of a new world order. All right, and this is prophesied in the scriptures that they were going to try to achieve this. And it's nothing new. All of the great rulers, I couldn't even really call them great. They were great in wickedness. Going all the way back to Nimrod. They all had the same goal, to try to achieve a one world government. And right now, the nation of Edom, which is the so-called white man, all right, headed by the international bankers and the Illuminati, different witches and warlocks, secret councils and such, they all tied in with each other, but it's namely financed through the bankers, so they're the ones who they really have they really have the last call, or the power, through the power to finance these things and get their new world order program or agenda rolling, because they are the oligarchs of this society. Some for the West, and also you have some for the ones who are opposed to the West, countries like Russia and China, former communist countries, the Orient or the East, whatever you want to call them. All right, if you are familiar with geopolitics, you know what I'm talking about. They have a different way of how they oppose each other, but they have a certain way. Each one of them have a different way of how they want to bring forth this new world order, but they both have the same agenda and the same goal, which is government control, one world government control. All right, and the reason why I'm bringing this out and addressing it, because I know that there's a lot of people, Jake precisely, who they loosely use the term Illuminati about certain things. They favorite rapper or something might throw up a sign and he's Illuminati, which they are. They are correct, because like Jay-Z and 50 Cent, Drake, and Lil Wayne, whoever's big in hip hop, Kanye West and all of that shit. These guys are Illuminati, but they're so much on a minute level, that they don't even know how deep the Illuminati's agenda goes. So I hear a lot of Jakes out there, and a lot of people in general just using the term Illuminati loosely. Oh, he's Illuminati, or that's Illuminati. Anytime somebody anytime somebody famous dies, they say, oh, the Illuminati did it, or it was a sacrifice. In some cases it is a sacrifice. All right, and in some cases, in some cases it might have been a legitimate death. Ultimately, it was judgment from the Most High. Anytime a person dies, the Heavenly Father ordained it. So my thing is for Jake to basically realize, man, don't make the Illuminati seem bigger than what they really are, man. They basically have an agenda and a goal, which is simple. It's simply put, it's a one world government, basically government control. That's their main goal. That's their main agenda, and the way they want to formulate that is to get everybody chipped up, okay? Which is through the mark written in the book of Revelations, the 13th chapter, in which, Lord willing, I'm gonna get into. All right. So without further ado, I'm gonna go right into the scriptures. This is Psalms chapter 64, verse 1. This is the Psalm of David. All right. You know, King David was not only the king of Israel, but he was also a prophet. You know, because you know, he wrote a lot of the Psalms, and a lot of the Psalms deal with prophecies, things that are taking place today. You know, because the word prophecy means or to prophesy means to speak before something happens. It's the word going from the word pro, meaning before, and facade, meaning to speak. All right, so you speak before, say things before it actually takes place, and King David did that, man. All right, so this is the book of Psalms chapter 64, verse 1. It reads, "Hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." Okay, the secret counsel of the wicked is talking about the Illuminati. Okay, and in the Illuminati, when it comes to the Illuminati, there's a particular order, the Bavarian Illuminati, which was started in which was charted, I should say, in 1776. It was planned before 1776, but it was officially charted May 1st, 1776, and that's where you get the term May Day. All right, and that's the same order, the Illuminati order that the world is under today. Because you had Illuminatis before that, prior to the Bavarian Illuminati. You had the Spanish Alumbrados, all right, which was in the 1500s with Ignatius Loyola. Okay, you know, which he was the first general of the Jesuit society, or the Society of Jesus, which is known as the Jesuits. Okay, so the Illuminati goes way back, man. But the Illuminati that we're ordered under today, or that's in the works today, is the Bavarian Illuminati, started by Adam Weishaupt back in 1776. You know, which was conceived in Germany, funded by the Rothschilds, international banking family. All right. So I'm gonna read that again. Psalm 64, verse 2. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked." Okay, because the Illuminati, the order of the Illuminati was a secret council. You know, it was part of Freemasonry. You know, and to be a Freemason, you have it. To be a Freemason, not everyone can just join and become a Freemason. You know, you had to have secret tokens, secret handshakes, secret terms that you would have to say in order to be accepted. You know, so this wasn't a broad, open fraternity. You know, it was a secret fraternity, and the Illuminati is the Bavarian Illuminati. They basically infiltrated Freemasonry. Okay, so you know, which Freemasonry is wicked anyway. It's all witchcraft at the end of the day. Okay, but the Illuminati, you know, basically came with a deeper plan to, you know, abolish certain governments, you know, in certain ways of life, to further establish a one world government, you know, basically through control, you know, manipulation and control. Okay, so they did things in secret, you know, and since then you have plenty of fractions and groups and councils, you know, that have been birthed through the Illuminati, you know, such as the CFR, which is the Council of Foreign Relations. You have the Trilateral Commission as well. You have the Royal Institute of International Affairs. You have the Council of 300. All right, the different. You have the different fraternities on college campuses that recruit. That recruits the new generations to carry on the agenda of the Illuminati, such as in Yale University, you have Skull and Bones, you have Scroll and Key, the Wolfhead Society. You know, it just continues to go deeper and deeper. All right, So King David said, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. And through the scriptures, we know who the wicked is. It's the nation of Edom, which is the so-called white man. All right. Starting with the international bankers, the elites of this society, the rich, the wealthy, you know, the oligarchs, okay, you know, or the 1%, all right. And what the word oligarchy means, you know, a few of the few rulers, okay, which is the 1%, the people who are rich, all right. It says from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Yeah, because that's what they do. They work iniquity, you know, they work to bring people closer to Satan, so people will start to accept the ways of Satanism, which the word Satan means adversary, all right, and Satan is adverse to the laws, statutes, and commandments, all right, the righteous commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. So anything biblical, okay, the laws of Moses, you know, in the belief in the higher power in Yahweh Yahweh Shah, you know, that's what these devils are gonna push out there, man, and get people to not believe in the Most High and not reckon or revere his laws and commandments, okay, you know. So it says from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, and that's what they do. They work iniquity. They're the ones who you know, through their finances, through their money, all right, promote everything wicked, drugs, idolatry, okay, you can worship any god you please, okay, and they promote that, homosexuality, pedophilia, all right, bestiality, okay, adultery, all manners of wickedness, man, you know, the feminist movement, I mean, it can just go on and on. The dietary law, you can eat whatever you want. Do as thou will. All right. That was a famous quote by Aleister Crowley, who's a high-level Freemason. All right. In the Order of the Golden Dawn, who's a straight-up wicked, demonic, lowlife, man. Edomite. You know, one of the vilest of the vile. Okay. And that's what they promote, man. Get people to move further away from the Most High and draw them closer into Satan's world, all right? Which because they are the wicked and they are the devil that the Bible speaks of, okay? It reads on to say, who whet their tongues like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. And that's what they do, man. You know, they do their lies, their promotion of lies and mocking the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, they paint us in the worst light possible to make the world hate us, man. You know, Salak, real quick, let me check on something. All right, yeah, Salak, brothers. So I'm gonna read that again. Psalm 64:3. Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. All right, all of the blasphemy of the Holy Spirit, you know, because they don't revere the Most High, they don't fear the Lord in this society, and they promote that heavily, you know, through the media, through witchcraft. Their main tool of witchcraft, they paint our people in the worst light possible, man. You know, it says, it reads on to say that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Yeah, who is the perfect? According to the scriptures, the nation of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The Lord called us saints, the holy people, man. All right? The Lord made us to be superior and better than the rest of these people, right? Deuteronomy 7:6, it shows you that, okay? And they do shoot in secret at us, you know. You know, they like to set up certain groups like Black Lives Matter, you know. Like they claim that that's for that's for our people to get justice in the society, and that is, you know, to stop the harassment of our people getting murdered by police officers and such, But really, what's the true agenda of Black Lives Matter is what? To break up the family, right? And to promote homosexuality, you know? So that's the secret behind Black Lives Matter, you know? So they're not showing you Black Lives Matter's true agenda. In the forefront on the news, they're painting it in the light like, okay, use Black Lives Matter to defund the police. When you defund the police, even though the police force is wicked and they do murder our people and treat our people unjustly, but ultimately our people are in such a bad position with no order. They need the police department, man. As much as I can't stand the police, I have to say it. They need the police department to keep our people in order. Our people are totally out of order, man. Okay. So they set up these organizations like Black Lives Matter and such, all right. And really they have Black Lives Matter has a hidden agenda, that is not really promoted or being pushed forth. You really have to look into it to find out what their real agenda is, which is basically the promotion of homosexuality, man, and lesbianism and such. All right. So they shoot in secret at the perfect. It reads on to say, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. And that's what they do, man. Privately. All of their meetings are behind closed doors. You have to be a part of these secret clubs in order to attend these meetings and know what's really being recorded. Okay. Wherein they talk about their true goals, and then there's levels and degrees of it. Someone who's on a lower degree doesn't know what's going on. The true agenda of the higher ups, of those who are on a higher degree. So even though they're in the same fraternity or same organization, the people who are on the lower degree, they can't. You can come into the club, but you can't go into the inner chambers, into them the more secretive meetings, wherein they're discussing their true hidden agenda. Okay. Because like I said, you have like the Council of Foreign Relations, and you have Freemasons, all right? You have plenty of celebrities who are members of the CFR, but they don't go to the top meetings with the true leaders and the chairmen and all of that of the Council on Foreign Relations, which discusses their goals of a new world order and their dealings with foreign nations and how they're going to set up certain coups all over in different parts or opposing parts of the world, like the Arab world, certain parts of the Arab world, certain parts in countries in Africa and such, how they can get them to conform to a new world order, So people like some of these celebrities who are CFR members, they have a goal, they have a part to play as far as just being on the screen and promoting whatever the higher ups want them to promote, which is basically homosexuality, madness, and Satanism, and all of the demonic shit that you see gracing your TV screen today, in your magazines and social media and things like that. They don't really know what's going on. Jay-Z is he's not truly aware of what's going on. He might think he's somewhat conscious, but he's not truly aware of the agenda of the higher ups, man. And they will never accept him anyway. All right. So they do these things privately, man. And they say, who shall see them? All right. Who shall see them? Who shall know? Because at the end of the day, Esau, the so-called white man, the nation of Edom, is carnal. He's on a carnal level. He's not thinking he's not thinking about the spiritual realm, that the Heavenly Father is actually watching what's going on. And they are spiritual. The so-called white man is spiritual to a certain extent on the left-hand side, because they do conjure up demons and they praise demons, and they praise the spiritual demon Satan. All right. So they do know that there's a spirit world, you know, but their trust is in Satan, not with the Most High. They're rebellious to the Heavenly Father. You know, and it's because the Most High made them that way. He created them to be like that, the wicked. All right? It reads on to say, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. You know, yeah, everything that they do, they search out wickedness, man. You know, ways to make people accept Satan. You know, to force people to take to take a jab. You know, to eventually take a chip. You know, knowing that this is not this is not right and it's contrary to the scriptures. And they've taken hold of the scriptures, so they know the scriptures, all right? But they have to find out deceptive ways to get people to do this, you know? So what do? They create they create these pestilences, man. Let loose these pestilences on the world. Lock down the globe. You know, put people in a tough spot, put their back against the wall so that they would have to conform to their hidden agenda, all right? It says, both the inward thought of every one of them in the heart is deep, but the Most High shall shoot at them with the narrow. That's right. So Yahweh's going to shoot at them with the narrow. He's going to make them turn on each other and launch nuclear missiles at each other. That's why he got these nations building nuclear missiles and all of that, disarming their nuclear missiles. They ain't going to disarm their nuclear missiles. They can't get rid of these nuclear missiles. It's been ordained from Yahweh Yahweh Shah that they're going to launch missiles at each other and destroy each other. And that's how their kingdom is going to go out. You know, so when Russia and China and North Korea and Iran and the NATO forces is launching missiles at America, that was put on those world leaders to do that through the spirit of the Most High, through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. All right? It reads on to say, suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And that's what's going on. This is prophecy that have been unfolded. You know, their own tongue is falling upon them, meaning that they're exposing themselves, man. You have certain people who were down with the Illuminati, all right, and these different secret fraternities, you know, who have done the rituals and moved up to the higher degrees and found out and who was down with their true agenda and their true goal. But the Most High put a spirit on them to make them think that they found Christ or they found Jesus, because a lot of them guys claim to be Christians at the end of the day. So what do? They try to warn the people, all right, about the goals, the true intent of the Illuminati, you know, because a lot of these guys are patriotic. They become patriotic, you know, and you know, when they do tell on their cohorts, they're doing it to let their people know, other white people know. They don't do it necessarily with the intent to let you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans know what's going on, all right? But these videos get uploaded on social media. These books are printed and published, okay? Wherein anybody can get it, you know? But you so-called blacks and Latinos are not in the state. Y'all in such a horrible state. Y'all are not in a state wherein y'all want to learn truth, you know? So you don't know where to look, where to seek out these books, where to check for these videos at, you know? All right. So, but ultimately, the Most High got these devils telling on each other, man. You know, that's why it says, they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. So they're basically exposing themselves, man. All right. And that's what it's all about. That's what's gonna happen, man. You know, the cat is out the bag. You know, a lot of people are waking up to the truth. You know, through the spirit. All right, and this is the information age, so it's not hard to find the truth. You know, it's just a click of a button away. It's not like when our teachers had to really dig up this information and you know, go to certain libraries, go to these major universities, and you know, certain books they couldn't even take out of the library. They had to get it printed on copy machines right there, then and there. You know. Now you have access to all of this information, man. You know, you have access to all of this information because we in the last days. It's easier accessible, all right? Because the Most High is about to destroy this place, man. He's trying to wake up he's about to seal the elect, I should say, all right? This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And that's the Illuminati. All right. First and foremost, the Illuminati, because I didn't bring this out. Then Illuminati means light bearers, all right, or the enlightened ones. Okay, because a lot of people, like I stated, they use the term Illuminati loosely, and they don't even know the meaning of the word. All right, it's just like saying an alumni. Okay, because it's actually the same word, pretty much. All right, and an alumni is a person who's known for his bright intelligence. Right, when people graduate from junior high school to college, they're known as an alumni, the class of 2021 or whatever. You know, the alumni. You know, you get promoted to the next degree. All right, so it's the same. That's basically what the Illuminati means. It means the light bearers, meaning they bear the light, meaning the light, which basically represents wisdom. But their wisdom comes from the left-hand side. It comes from Satan. Okay. All right. So they're the ones who bear the light while the rest of the world is in darkness. You know, and as they move up into these higher degrees, they get more knowledge and more wisdom. Okay. While the people who are in the lower degrees are left in a more dim state. Okay. And then people who are not a part of these fraternal clubs and free Masonic orders, they're the ones who are considered totally in the dark, which is the majority of these people. And that's why the Illuminati don't have no problem sacrificing you people, man. Okay? So the scriptures say, Isaiah 29:15, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. Okay? Yeah, their works are in the dark. They do it in secrecy. Okay? And the Lord said, destruction, woe unto them. All right? It says, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? All right? And that's what these devils think, man. You know, just because the rest, the sheeple of the world, you know, the masses of people in the world don't know a goddamn thing. They feel that they're basically getting over it, and that they feel like they're gonna accomplish their goal of a new world order because these people who are in darkness, they don't know a goddamn thing. They don't know anything. Okay. And their goal, in the way the Illuminati thinks, is that if you're not with their program, if you're not an accepted member of their program, they want to remain in darkness, man. You know, they don't want you to know their secrets. All right. And in fact, this is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 2. It says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. And that's what the Illuminati does. They feel like they're in the light and the people are in darkness, and they promote darkness to the people. All right, because what is Satan's world? Satan's world is darkness. All right, and these people are clearly in the dark. They're not in the know. These people walk around carrying on their day-to-day life with no clue that the elites of the society, the 1%ers, the Illuminati, that they have intentions to harm them and to control them and to enslave them. You know, so these people are in total darkness, man, and they're willing to accept anything projected at them, man, through the media. Okay, and that's what you see right now with the gay agenda, right? Which you also see is a so-called revolution rising up against the government. You know, a lot of people join Black Lives Matter. A lot of people join the NFAC and all of these different militant groups and these different protesters and such, not knowing their true intentions and their whole background. You know, basically how the Illuminati, high-ranking members of the Illuminati, funds these different organizations, these different groups. So these people are still in the dark no matter what, even though they think that, yo, I'm gonna go out there and protest, and I'm gonna go out there and fight, and you know, and I'm for black people, Black Lives Matter, and pump your fists, and you know, go downtown and protest and riot and such. You don't really know anything about the organization that you're going out there to protest with. So you're still in the dark. you know, and it's the Illuminati's fault. It's the Illuminati that keeps these people in the dark, okay? Because they're not accepted into their free Masonic orders and secret fraternities. So it says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. So the people remain in the dark, all right? So, you know, that's why these people, and when you're in the dark, in all reality, when you're in the dark, that means that you have no knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah's laws, his order, the history, and prophecy, most importantly, all right? You know, really all of that as a whole, the Bible as a whole. You know, because the Illuminati, members of the Illuminati, they're familiar with the scriptures. They're familiar with the Bible. The majority of these people are not familiar with the Bible, all right? So these people are they're already a part of Satan's world, but they're getting drawn closer and closer to accepting Satan, you know? They're part of Satan's world ignorantly, but they're about to start accepting Satan openly, man. And that's what the Illuminati is doing. And they have these people in darkness, man, all right? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 1. It says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Okay, and these people all over the world are in an outrage, man. You know, and they're imagining a vain thing. A lot of people are imagining they want a revolution. A lot of people want you know, they want justice and over top of the government. You know, and you have different world leaders all over the world. You know, of the heathen nations thinking that their country is going to rule next. They want to destroy the West. You know, countries like, first and foremost, America, which is Babylon the Great. You know, in the EU and in the different NATO forces. You know, when I say that, I'm talking about countries like Iran. You know, countries like Afghanistan and such, Syria. You know, North Korea. You know, China. India, these countries think that they're going to be the next ones to rule. You know, these heathen nations, they're just raging and imagining a vain thing. Okay, it says the kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together. All right, and that's what they do. You know, they have these UN meetings that the average citizen can't just walk up in the United Nations and see what's going on in these meetings. And within the UN, they have secret meetings, okay, all right, in which there's no representative of the nation of Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right. It says, the kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. All right. And that's what these devils are doing. And that's what these heathens are doing, because the top leaders of these heathens, they know who the Israelites are. All right. They know that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the people of the Lord. All right. And they don't want you to know who you are according to the scriptures, according to truth. All right. Especially the elites of the society, the so-called Jews who make up the top international banking families and who finance and run most of these powerful organizations in the world today, all right, that are in rulership. Okay, this is Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 5. The book of Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 5, it says, yea, also because he has transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. All right, and in the so-called white man, this is talking about the nation of Edom. All right, starting with the elites. They've transgressed by wine, meaning their philosophies, okay? And they are all proud, you know. You see the old decrepit ass fool Jacob Rothschild, you know, walking with his cane. He's decrepit and old, you know, but he's a proud man. You know, you look at Evelyn Rothschild and his wicked ass wife, you know, they have certain few interviews and you can see the pride in them, you know. It says neither keepeth at home who enlarges his desire as hell. And that's what they do. They all over the world. They're inhabiting the whole world, man, and everybody else's land. You know, taking up natural resources, stealing natural resources, you know, changing these different people's ways of life, you know, in trying to force democracy on these other nations. And with democracy comes what? Homosexuality, okay, feminism, all right, and Christianity as well, accepting a world, a global religion, okay? Christianity, which is nothing but Satanism disguised as worshiping the Heavenly Father and His Son. All right. It reads on to say, and who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. All right, and that's what the main goal of the Illuminati is. It's about gathering all people together, bringing everyone together, all right, and enslaving them. It's not talking about just going running, snatching everybody up and putting them in one gigantic concentration camp. Nah, it's about enslaving the people, gathering all the people, getting them to accept government rule. Okay, and how are they trying to get how do they want to solidify the people's loyalty? By chipping them, all right, by microchipping them, which is the mark of the beast written in Revelation, the 13th chapter. Okay, and that's how they want to gather all nations unto themselves, man. So they can totally control them, because with that chip comes control, straight up control. They can exile you from out of this world, wherein you won't be able to make a living. You won't be able to buy and eat and sell, and pay bills and do, work or whatever, and make a living for yourself, which matter of fact, I'm gonna bring that out right now. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image. The image is talking about the New World Order. Their imagination, their vision, their view of a New World Order, because that's what they're imagining. They're imagining a one world government, ruled under Satan. Okay, all right. It says when I say Satan, a lot of them call themselves Luciferians, man. All right, and Lucifer means light bearer. So does the word Illuminati. Okay. All right. So it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Okay. You know what the beast represents? The Western forces, NATO, the EU, America, which is Babylon the Great. Okay. And they're giving power. They giving life into this image, man. Meaning what? They're financing their agenda, and they're actually putting it into play. Because back when it was first formed, it was an idea, it was an image with Adam Weishaupt. Even prior to Adam Weishaupt, like I mentioned earlier, the Spanish Alumbrados. Okay, this is something that they pretty much imagined, in which I'm gonna bring this out in this book, Satan's Angels Exposed. It shows you that, man. That they basically have an agenda, goals, a bucket list, that they basically checking off, because they're fulfilling their goal of a new world order as time moves forward, man. All right, so they're giving power. They have the power to give life unto this image. All right, and because the people are accepting it, most of the people are just with it. All right. It says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay, yeah. So if you don't want to get down with the program, what are they going to do? They're gonna try to force it on you, man. You have a lot of that, and that's why a lot of these wars are being fought today, out there in the Middle East and different parts of the world. You have this, the CFR, to deal with these other that figures out plans on how they're going to deal with these other countries. When you have countries that don't want to get down with the program, what do? They issue sanctions. They issue sanctions on these countries. They want to cut you off. They want to cut these countries off monetarily, all right, and weaken them in that sense, and and make the people in those countries suffer, and blame it on their state leaders and government leaders, in which the the Illuminati or the Western forces would hope that these countries would have an uprise against the people that are in power, so they could set up a coup and put in their puppet leaders. Okay, you know, that's one of the methods that they do this. That's one of their main methods of how they get these countries to conform. Okay, and when these sanctions don't work, through the CIA and different other intelligence agencies that they have, they advise a plan in the Pentagon to start bringing in a military force. After they slander these countries all through the media, all through the American media, about how about how the president of this country or that country is making the people suffer and starving the people and killing people unjustly, and belittling the woman, and there's no democracy, and we need to help, make it like we need to help these people, because they got to get the American public, to feel some compassion for the people out there, so that they were okay troops going out there to start a war, pretty much. So that's what they do. They get these other countries to conform. All right. So if you're not down with the beast, which is NATO and the EU, which is the revitalization of the Roman Republic, all right, they will kill you, man. They will kill you. They will force you to get down with them. All right. Joe Biden said that any American any patriotic American that want to gather up arms, and go against the government, you need F-15s and nuclear missiles you're gonna need F-15s and nuclear missiles to deal with us. All right. So we're showing you that if you don't go with our program, then we're gonna use military action against you, man. All right. And that was just a statement used for your rights to bear arms. So if they can take that away, they can take anything else away from you and force other things on you. All right. Because ultimately, what they're gonna want to force on the world is the microchip, RFID chip. So verse 16, Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that mark is talking about the RFID microchip. All right. In which that it's already here, and it's not long till it'll be mandated. All right. Okay. So no matter what walks of life you are from, small in this world or considered great in this world, all right, rich or poor, whether you're in prison or whether you roaming around lost in America, they want you to get this mark, man. All right. It says, in that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Okay. So it's clear that the mark is a physical thing. It's not Christianity. It's not an embargo, like some people teach. It's a physical thing. It's a RFID microchip the size of a grain of rice. And it's people that actually have it already, man. And it makes much sense. All right. You won't be able to buy. You won't be able to sell. You won't be able to make a living unless you have this mark, And if you ever do protest or buck up against society, once you get this mark, they can exile you, man. They can basically take you right off the grid. Okay. It reads on to say, here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. 666. All right. That's the number, and it says it's the number of a man, and that man is a so-called white man, because these are rich white people, who are part of the Illuminati that devised this plan. Okay. It wasn't a Chinese man who thought this idea up. It wasn't an East Indian man who thought this idea up. It's the so-called white man. All right. Okay. So what I want to do, I want to read something out of this book, before I end this video. The book is Satan's Angels Exposed. Okay. And boy. On page 146, or chapter 19 of this book, it talks about the Illuminati. All right? It says the Illuminati, real or imagined. Okay? All right? It says, in recent years in Christian circles, there have been hushed whispers about the Illuminati and their conspiracy to control the world. All right? Let me see. Gives you a little history on the Illuminati, which I stated May 1st, 1776. Dr. Adam Weishaupt. All right? He's the one who founded the Order of the Illuminati. Okay? It I want to read the part that says on page 149 is a list of the ultimate aims of the Illuminati. Because, you know, the basis of this video was because of the fact that so many people say the word Illuminati, they use it so loosely, and they don't know much about the Illuminati, their true intent, you know, and their goals. All right, they just, you know, it's becoming a catchy phrase. You know, 10 years ago, 10, 13, 15 years ago, you know, people were not even, you would rarely hear people speaking about the Illuminati, all right, or saying the Illuminati like that. Okay, now everybody just openly says the term Illuminati. All right, well, page 149 in this book, Satan's Angel Exposed, it says the ultimate aims. It says, by the time a member had reached the grade of Illuminati in Minerva, he learned the ultimate aims of the order. All right, and this is a list. Number 1, it says abolition of all ordered government, abolition of private property, abolition of inheritance, abolition of patriotism. All right, didn't President Joe Biden said any patriotic American that want to gather arms and go against the government, you need F-15s and nuclear missiles to deal with us. All right. Okay. And we're seeing that, man. We're seeing that this is what's going on. This is what's taking place. It says abolition of all religion. Okay. The people don't even know things about God anymore, man. When I was younger, growing up, man, you know, I went to Catholic school, right? And you know, in Catholic school, they deal more with, you know, you got to say a prayer and all of that stuff. You know, when they start school and things like that. But people, you know, they used to play the TV show 10 Commandments. People were more familiar with the Bible. You know what? My grandfather was a Baptist minister, so you know, the people coming up in my day, they were somewhat familiar with stories of the Bible. You had TV shows about it, you know, and you know, on Sundays you might have went to church. Some people went to church, you know, prior to the you know, the crack epidemic and all that kind of stuff, man. Our people were a little bit knowledgeable of some of the stories of the Bible. All right, but now it's like everybody's an atheist now, man. You know, so they're bringing the world more into atheism. And you see that with the promotion, with the so-called white man's philosophies in the schools, wherein, you know, they teach the Big Bang Theory, they teach the theory of evolution, and everything is all about science, you know. So, you know, so the abolishment of religion is certainly going on, man. It's definitely taking place, you know. It says abolition of the family via abolition of marriage. All right, yeah. So a man and a woman in union, you know, that's being totally abolished. You know, there's so many people that get married and wind up getting divorced within I would say within a 3-year period, man. You know, so marriages are basically being destroyed, man. You know, with women not knowing their role and their place because the so-called white man uplifts them and sets them above men. You know, to the point where it's just total chaos in the household. A marriage can't even be maintained. All right, in ultimate aim number 7, creation of a world government. That's what it says. You know, that's what it says. Creation of a world government. All right. Also wanted to go to to page 172. All right, I'm gonna go to page 171, talking about the Fabian Society. All right, it says the Fabian Society was a natural outgrowth of what John Ruskin, which John Ruskin was a goddamn devil. All right, it says had been promoting for years in England. John Ruskin, born in 1819, died in 1900, taught at Oxford. Oxford University is a prestigious university and college. Okay, taught at Oxford and advocated a utopian type society. In one of his statements, he reveals his theory when he said, "My continual aim has been to show the eternal superiority of some men to others," talking about the elites. All right, sometimes even of one man to all others. All right. So this man is totally the devil, man. So you can't tell me white supremacy is not real, even when it comes to more so when it comes to the elites, especially when it comes to the elites. The so-called white man feels that he's God, one man to superior, one man to all others. Okay, I'm pretty sure he's not thinking of Tyrone from down the block is superior than all others. Okay, it says much of Ruskin's theories came from Plato, whom he worshipped. There was a remarkable parallel in the writings of Ruskin, Marx, talking about Karl Marx, and other followers of Plato. Plato's ideal society included the following: the elimination of marriage and the family. All right. Now, with Karl Marx, who wrote the Communist Manifesto, some of the leaders, not some of them, all three of them lesbian hoes from Black Lives Matter, they've stated that they are actually Marxists. All right, going back to Karl Marx. Okay, and one of the main goals of Black Lives Matter is the elimination of marriage and the family, destroying the family nucleus. All right. So it reads on to say the elimination of marriage and the family. All men would belong to all women. Children resulting from these promiscuous unions would be taken over by the government as soon as they were weaned. They would be raised anonymously by the state. And as soon as you're born in this world, especially in America here, you belong right to the government, man. You're a human resource, with a birth certificate and a social security number issued to you. All right, so you can't tell me that the Illuminati is fake and you're a conspiracy nut if you believe in these conspiracy theories. All right, stop watching these crazy videos on YouTube and this, that, and the third. All right, this is what's actually taking place, man. It reads on goal number 4: women should be equal with men. Number 5: women should be expected to fight wars with men and perform labor like men. And that's what you see today, man. That's what you see today, man. These women, man. You got women doing construction. You got women that are police officers fighting wars, right? Ending the war against crime and the war on drugs and all of that shit. You got women in the military, man. Okay, so this is actually happening, man. This ain't nothing made up. This ain't a figment of our imagination, man. We're not conspiracy nuts, man. Okay. It reads on to say selective breeding of men and women should take place under government control. All right, and they're definitely trying to achieve that. All right, and you have sperm banks and things like that where a woman can go and basically design her child, man, design her offspring. She wants the sperm of a man with blonde hair and blue eyes. She wants the sperm of a black man. She wants the sperm of a Latino man. She wants the sperm of a gook, a China man with slanty eyes. So her offspring could look like that. So this is all in the making, man. All right. Number 7, it says children considered inferior or crippled in this breeding process would be destroyed, man. All right, would be destroyed. And you already have abortion. Okay, we already have abortion in this world. All right, but they trying to take it to the next level, man. Okay, so that's the main goals of the Illuminati, man. This is not a fable. This is not a fairy tale. And people who teach about this, they are not crazy. This is a reality, man, and you actually living in it, man. Okay, and it's scriptural, as I brought it out in the Bible. You know, this is prophesied from ages ago, man. You know, so so I just wanted to touch on that, man. Give you brothers and sisters out there. You know, you might have some new brother or sister that might stumble upon this video who heard of the Illuminati but don't really know the true intent and details of it. You know, to basically enlighten you to this truth, man. You know, you have to put your trust and your faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. That's the Most High and His Son, who the world ignorantly calls Christ. You know, because this is all in the scriptures. It's all part of His word, man. He controls the world ultimately, man. Even though the so-called white man has a goal and agenda, but he ain't going to be able to fulfill it. All right. So I'm gonna end it on this scripture real quick. This is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 22. It says, "In the fullness of His sufficiency, He shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him." All right. So when this devil is trying to fulfill his goal of a new world order, when he's very close to achieving it, you know, got a lot of people chipped up and got certain parts of the world locked down, global lockdown, and pretty much on the brink of controlling the whole damn world. All right. You know, that's when every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, meaning what? Jake is going to rise up, man. All right. Okay. The nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the 1/3 of Israel who's not down with this, man, who's not down with this program of a one world government. Okay. That's when they're going to rise up, man. When the Lord is going to raise us up, give us spiritual power to upset the so-called white man's program. Okay. It says when he is about to fill his belly. All right. Yeah. When this devil is about to achieve his goal, when he comes close to achieving his goal of a new world order, the Most High shall cast the fury of His wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Okay. And what's the fury of the Most High and His wrath that He's going to cast upon the so-called white man? You know, the Western society and the Illuminati and these different fraternities who are trying to achieve their goal of a new world order. All right, the Lord is going to make the nuclear missiles detonate. All right, He's gonna raise up these other countries to fire missiles at America, man. Okay, and basically bring everything on a plane, on an even playing field, man. Okay, all right. Really, it's not going to be even because the Lord is going to take over from that point on. Yahweh Shah is going to take over, man, and set the kingdom up. All right, the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be right here on earth, which is for the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. That's the prophecy, man. All right. So I'm going to end this video on that note. Say Shalom, Wabarakum to you brothers out there. Stay strong. Keep fighting the good fight, man. All right. Abaratazah. See you in the next video. Shalom.